Hello everyone, welcome to the daily news protocol of the Hindu newspaper analysis contributed by Vishnu IS Academy. Today we are going to see the news articles for the date 19th April 2022. In yesterday's class, we have an MCQ, right? I have given you an MCQ at the end of the session. I hope many of you answered it correct. Let us see the analysis of this question. The question reads as, which of the following statements is or are incorrect? You should be very focused and very cautious here to notice this word. People might misread or misspell these words and they will answer the question wrongly. Moving into it, the first statement reads as, there is a uniform medical code for the sectors including medical devices and pharmaceuticals. The statement is saying that there is a combined and single uniform for both the sectors of pharmaceuticals and the medical devices. The statement is saying that, right? Yesterday, if you have listened my class of daily news protocol, in our class we have discussed this topic, that saying that there is a separate code for the pharmaceuticals and also a separate draft that is codifying a uniform code for medical devices is also being proposed. That means what? There is no such a combined uniform code for both these sectors. So hence this statement is wrong. And coming to the second statement, the medical code provides for using highly advanced devices not compromising for low cost so that to fulfill all critical medical requirements. Thus, the statement seems lengthy, right? Don't lose interest here. It is like a trap to frame statements such lengthy. You should focus on a keyword to identify its correctness. If you see here in this statement, it is saying that the code provides for using highly advanced devices not compromising for low cost. That means what? The devices can be produced for not compromising for low cost. Means what? They can be produced at very high costs. If that if there is such a need to produce such a critical medical devices, the statement is saying that, right? But in our discussion in yesterday's class, the code will promise to regulate the prices, of such medical devices. Hence, promise and provide the medical devices at such a controlled prices. So, in that context, the second statement is also incorrect as well. Hence, the answer for this question is C. Both the 1 and 2 statements are incorrect. Okay, today also we are having an MCQ at the end of this session. Try to answer the question at the comment section below. Moving forward, our first topic for today is the TRAI recommendations, TRAI recommendation. These are the listed topics to be discussed for today. Here we are going to see the detailed analysis of the 5G spectrum and all the generations of the mobile networks. And in the second topic, we are going to see the cryptocurrencies and the CBDC, the central bank currency, digital currency. And in the next topic, we are going to see the RERA rules and the victims, the rights of the victims of any cases, the rights of victims in the courtroom. We will see that in this topic. And also the aircraft equipment rules. A new law and bill is going to be proposed. We are going to see that details. And as part of the prelims facts of the day, we are going to see the Tej Bahadur. And at the end of the session, we will have an MCQ. Okay. So, our first topic today is that regarding TRAI recommendations. Telecom Regulatory Authority of India recently has given some recommendations regarding the 5G spectrum. What is 5G spectrum? What is 5? What is G? What are all these words and numbers and all? If you can see the details, let me confirm you that it is the regarding syllabus for this topic. It comes under the science and technology, right? The UPSC syllabus is displayed here and the group 1 syllabus is also displayed here for your reference. So, if we can see the generations, the 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G. What are all these? These are nothing but the various and developed and evolved generations of the mobile networks. The wireless mobile networks and telecommunication technologies are defined in the generation. Here G stands for the generation. Okay, in this scenario, if we can see the 1G, it is nothing but the first generation of wireless telecommunications. It is right from the years 1980s onwards, 1G was in usage. It gives the feature that the voice only feature is given by the 1G generation, and also it uses the analog radio signals. It is also important that analog radio signals are nothing but some soft waves that goes, and they will go higher thrusts if they have any information in that wave. Like that, the analog radio signals will work. From next generation onwards, we will see the digital signals. They will have specific information at specific intervals. We can consider it as information. It is the wave formation of those digital signals. Why? Because it will have some specific and accurate information in that signal at a specific point. So that's why it will give much more advantageous features than the 1G. So 2G allows text messages. Here we have only voice only, right? Here we will have the conversations, telephonic conversations will be enabled under the 2G spectrum. And also it will give the SMS facility and the picture messages and the MMS. What is SMS? We will see, we will listen this word many times, right? Short message transfer and the multimedia transfer system. Okay, these are enabled under the 2G system. It is right from the year 1990s onwards. Generally, let me clear you one point that the generation, all these generation, a new generation would arrive for every 10 years. It happened like that till now. For every 10 years, a new generation would evolve. Okay, so in that scenario, the 2G has evolved from the year 1990s. The speeds of 2G is 50 kbps, and if that device is in not a movable position, it is stable at a one place, the speeds would go till 384 kbps. Okay, and after that, from 2G to 3G, a big leap of jump of generation and features was arrived. In between that, there were some few features arrived which are nothing but the 2.5G and 2.75G. But they were not recognized as a separate generation, but the manufacturing telecom industries identified it as a market tools. They just incorporated these features in their mobile devices so that the advanced features will be installed in those devices. Like that, these have been used as a marketing tools, but still they have slow data transmission at that time. Okay. After that, the 3G was in use. It came into existence. The speeds, the initial and basic speeds of this is 144 kilobytes per second. It is nothing but the measurement of this network speed. Those are the units of that is kbps. Okay, and it will give the speeds until 2 Mbps. The speeds would evolve till 2 Mbps, and the smartphones and the mobile modems to laptops all will be included in the 3G, and it will give advantage to more data, and video calling is also enabled, and the mobile internet is also enabled under this generation. Okay. Next comes the 4G, the fourth generation, right from the years 2008. Here what happened is the mobile broadband network. It is nothing but the generation of mobile phones which we are using right now. Okay, so the 4G mobile would give the features along with the voice and other services. It will give additional features like HD mobile TV and the 3D TV also. It will give those specifications. And the gaming is also very much easy and feasible under the 4th generation networks, and its speeds will go till from 100 Mbps to 1 Gbps. We are experiencing this right now, right? With our mobile phones and handsets, the speed is very much higher. We will get any information or any device or any download of any device very fastly and swiftly with the 4G. With 4G itself, the speeds of internet is that much high. But what happens in the 5G, the updated version? It is very much exponentially higher rate speeds. It is the generation that works under very exponentially higher rates. It is recently came to existence right from the years 2018. It significantly faster data rates. At significantly faster data rates, 5G network works. Let us see some interesting specifications. Its speeds are from 10 Gbps to 20 Gbps. Here 4G will go till 1 Gbps only, but 5G will work under the 10 to 20 Gbps. That's very much higher, nearly 100 times higher speeds of the current network speeds. And also the latency speed. Latency is what? It is nothing but the time taken to transfer a data or time taken to open or to download any format or a document. The latent period is that. Thus, the latency period of 5G is just 1 millisecond. That is very interesting, right? Within 1 millisecond, we will get all the documents, very high volumized documents, we will get easily download them. And also we can open all the browsing pages and all. Every network feature will get done very easily within very less time span. And the bandwidth per unit area is 1000 times higher. What is bandwidth here? Bandwidth is nothing but the amount of data transferred within a specified time. That means if you want to send any video file which is very lengthy, let's say if you want to send any marriage video or any movie video, if you want to send a video of length of 2 hours or 3 hours, it would take minimum like 10 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour depending on the set and the signal strength of that place. But here under the 5G, it takes very less time. Heavy and huge amounts of data can be transferred very easily because of the wider bandwidth of 5G. And the next feature is nearly 100 times higher number of devices can be connected at a time. And also availability is nearly 99.99%. Okay, so all these specific features are with the 5G. Hence, the 5G is promising us a very highly and accurately working mobile devices in future. So here comes the time for the 5G. In that scenario, our Telecom Regulatory Authority of India has given some recommendations in the context of the sale and purchase of 5G spectrums. Okay, in that, let's see what happened earlier. What happened is that the TRAI has announced that the base prices of 5G would be cut till 36% for this range, 3.3 to 3.67 GHz frequency range, and it would be cut till 40% for 700 MHz spectrum. But our telecom providers and telecom industry manufacturers are saying that this cut is very much higher. They are asking to reduce this cut till like 90%. They want to reduce the base prices furthermore. Why? Because the prices of this, we can see it will go till 317 crores a unit, and here it will go till 3,297 crores a unit. Hence, our telecom regulator is or asking that recommendation and to asking the TRAI to revise its recommendations. But recently TRAI has gave a news that we are not going to revise our recommendations anymore. And also there is a point that the base price of that 5G spectrum would be valid till 20 years as per the TRAI. But if anyone want to extend that till 30 years, the prices would be made higher till 1.5 times than the earlier price. Clear? So that is also one of the interesting and controversial recommendation of the TRAI. So in this scenario, let us see if there are any government recommendations on this case, on this context. Earlier, under the relief cum reform package, the governments are saying that to run and counter the earlier pre-existed recommendations but give some feasible recommendations to the telecom communication. So hence, our Union Cabinet has earlier told that the assignment of the 5G spectrum would be till 30 years. It is a contending point, like it is not matching with the TRAI recommendations. So, giving it as an advice from the government, the telecom operators are asking the TRAI to recommend these suggestions from given by the government. And also, the auctions would be very less if such a higher prices are being practiced. Okay. So, if we see any earlier cases, the process of 5G spectrum, in this scenario we will get a question that why the 5G spectrum should be sold to the telecom operators. Why can't they be given to such an entity who can operate this well? That case also happened already in India in the year like earlier, but that case was noticed in the year 2012 under the 2G scam. So hence the Supreme Court has banned such a practices like allotting spectrum to a specific entity or a firm. But that is right now in practice in the States, Japan and South Korea. So if we can see any concerns posed by the telecom industries, they are saying that the widely promising 5G spectrum should be spread all over the India throughout its length and breadth. The optimum reach should be achieved. So hence the availability of 5G should be very feasible to everyone, and the availability of signals would also be a difficult task to penetrate these technology to rural India, and also the average revenue per user should be comfortable enough. So to achieve that also the 5G should be available with the feasible costs. And also because of the less global averages, the spread of 5G will take time, and such higher costs will again question its spread. Okay, these are all the points to be learned under this topic. Let's move on to the next topic. The crypto and the CBDC are not the same thing. We got an interesting lead article in today's newspaper discussing between the features of this cryptocurrency and the CBDC. In this scenario, let's see what is the cryptocurrency, how it is different from our regular currency. What is the fiat currency here? Fiat is nothing but regular currency which we use in our day-to-day life. That is the fiat currency. As it is backed by the government, it is called as legal tender. But can cryptocurrency is called as legal? No. Why? Because it is not backed by the government. And it is a digital, crypto is a digital and virtual. Virtual means what? It doesn't have any physical format for it. Okay, and it is decentralized. Why? Because it is not backed by the center, but the fiat money is centralized. Why? Because it is declared by, and its value is also declared by the government. The fiat money is a regular currency of a day-to-day transactions, but the Bitcoin like Ethereum and Bitcoins, other examples of cryptocurrencies, are not in such a regular manner. And also the cryptography. Cryptography secures the transaction but not the government. Here the transaction of cryptocurrency would be secured by a separate term called cryptography, but it is not secured by the government. Okay, money in the circulation in the form of paper or coin. It has fixed value, that is fixed by the Central Bank of India. Like if you take a 10 rupees note, it will have some value, some fixed value. If you take some 100 rupees note, it will have some value. But Bitcoin varies very frequently and very randomly depending on the market scenarios. So here the market, who defines, who stabilizes the amount of the price of the cryptocurrency. Okay, these are all the differences between the cryptocurrency and the fiat currency. If we can see any formulations before this, the RBI has recently announced that it will ban the private cryptocurrencies and it will float the CBDC, the central bank digital currency. But the author of this lead article is saying that is it possible at this point to circulate such a CBDC as a cryptocurrency? Actually, is it feasible for the governments to run such a cryptocurrencies? Why? Because there are some points that the cryptocurrency will work depending on the market demands. Why? Because the cryptocurrency will be backed by the elite classes or the investors, the interests of the investors. Okay. So they will have a tendency to invest more and more in those cryptocurrencies, right? So because of their interest, the prices of crypto will go higher and higher. So hence the demand of that cryptocurrency will go higher and higher, and it will be survived in the circulation from day to day. It happens because of the permanent record of the blockchain technology. What is blockchain here? Blockchain is nothing but a chain of blocks. That is nothing but a block having such a information, a permanent information will be formed into an encryption, and that information will be saved permanently under this blockchain. So what blockchain does here is that it will save our transactions under the cryptocurrency. Okay, no one regulates that process here. No government or no authority decides that process here. Only the market scenarios and the amount of investments and the amount of demand of that cryptocurrency of that hour, of that minute, of that day will decide the entire circulation and the cycle. So if we can consider this type of cryptocurrency, this much volatile cryptocurrency into the consideration of government, if any central bank or any government wants to control that type of cryptocurrency, will that work as a crypto? That is the main question of today's discussion of this topic. So hence, even if RBI wants to float such a digital currency, it may work as a e-version of a regular fiat money. The author of this article opined like that. Okay, and in recent years, if we can see announcement of the finance minister during budget session, she has announced that the cryptocurrency will be discouraged via two ways, that is nothing but the taxation and the capital gains provisions. Okay, so the cryptocurrency, while being discouraged, the CBDC will be encouraged. So the very basic question of the CBDC to be a cryptocurrency is still a question. Okay, the Supreme Court of India has also asked the government whether or not cryptos are legal. It is also a very basic question. Will that should be, those cryptos should be made legal or not? That is also why discussing the area of these cryptocurrencies. In this scenario, let us see a pseudonym. It is a pseudonym. That is Satoshi Nakamoto. It is a pseudonym of a person who created the Bitcoin initially. People think that it is his name, but no one knows who is that. Because of some threatening and some illegal activities included in that, in the fear of the governments, that person didn't declare his identity. That's why with a pseudonym, he announced a white paper of the creation of Bitcoin in the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. So, can cryptos be banned? If we want to ban any thing or any device or any object, the authorities, the producers or manufacturers of that authorities can be punished and restricted to stop that production, right? But if we want to ban crypto, who are the manufacturers of that crypto? No one, right? Earlier we have discussed that. There are no such authorities who run cryptos. So how can we ban that? Even if we can ban that, it will go till define the, like, it will go some tax havens. It will escape the original and authenticate regular formation, circulation of currency. Okay, so hence, if we want to ban the cryptos all over the world, all the nations should come together to work on this. So in this scenario, let us see the details about the CBDC, the central bank's digital currency. Okay, a currency is, what is a currency? It is nothing but a token used in market transactions, like, right? But it would work as a fiat money but will not work as a crypto. The CBDC cannot be work as a crypto. Earlier we have discussed that, right? As there would be a controlling authority, government behind that, like RBI and central government behind the CBDC, the free flow of that CBDC to be work as a crypto cannot be achieved completely. Okay. And also paper currency is useless till the government declares it to be a fiat currency. So that's that much control on the paper currency or on fiat currency is there. So to maintain and control any such currency, the handhold of the government on that currency is very crucial. Okay. So these are all the points to be noticed here. Let us see the advantages and disadvantages between the cryptocurrency and CBDC. Here under the cryptocurrency, there is a default that double spending. Why? Because with fiat currency we can't do double spending, right? If a money transaction has happened, we won't have that money in our hand. But while considering the cryptocurrency, the digital platforms, the softwares will be still opened in front of our screens. So we can misuse that cryptocurrency again and again, so that it will undergo the double spending. But we should, if we want to introduce and circulate such a CBDC, we will face such a phenomenon called double spending. We should cut that phenomenon. Okay, and the free transaction. Cryptocurrency is very freely transacted, and the CBDC should also be freely transacted to make it as a cryptocurrency. And the CBDC being digital version of currency but not being a complete cryptocurrency, it can't act as a cryptocurrency. And the continuous validation of RBI is required. It is very much important. Why? Because the value of cryptocurrency for each and every transaction, there will be automatic search engines are there, automatic softwares are there for that to decide the validation value of that cryptocurrency for every second. The market scenarios itself will work on that, and automatically the value of that cryptocurrency will be decided. But such a continuous work should be done by the RBI if it wants to such a controlled CBDC as a cryptocurrency. That will be a wide drawback to maintain cryptocurrency under the control of the central bank. It should be addressed by finding some more other ways. Okay, as a conclusion, the CBDC at present cannot be a substitute for cryptos. Yes. Further and further research should be done to achieve all these drawbacks and to introduce it as a perfectly made cryptocurrency without any bottlenecks. And also, a ban on cryptos requires global coordination. Why? Because as there are no authorities who are issuing those cryptocurrencies, the global coordination entirely coming together will work on this to ban those cryptocurrencies. Okay, moving forward, let's see our next news article, the RERA Rules. Why it is in news? The Supreme Court has recently directed the centre to examine whether the rules of RERA are framed with the conformity of the interests of home buyers. Whether those rules are feasible with the home buyers or not. Centre has recently directed the Supreme Court has recently directed this centre to examine those rules with the states. And also the Supreme Court has directed the chief secretaries of the states to respond to the queries asked by the centre, whether examining whether these rules are comfortable to the home buyers or not. Till now, only 5 states have given such a report. So hence this is the news. In this backdrop, let us learn some few points regarding the RERA Act of 2016. What is RERA? The Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016. The main objective of this is to achieve transparency in real estate sector and to encourage investments in this field. Okay, to achieve the transparency. It also aims to protect the interests of the home buyers and also helps to boost the investment in the real estate industry. Okay, in this scenario, if you can learn some facts of this, in concurrent list, the regulating contracts and the transfer of property. These two terms are mentioned in the concurrent list regarding this topic. And also in the state list, there are few words called subjects, land, rights of overland, land improvements. Like these words are present in the state list. These are facts to be learned. So, under the RERA rules, there are some bodies to be established. The Real Estate Regulatory Authority would be established and an appellate tribunal. The Real Estate Appellate Tribunal would also be established under the RERA rules. Okay, and a compulsory registration is a must rule under these rules. As per Central Act, every real estate transaction must be registered with the state counterpart. Every transaction should be compulsorily registered. Okay, and also it protects the buyers and the agents. The rules protects the rights of the buyers and the agents, and the developers should deposit the 70% of that real estate transaction, so that amount should be used for construction only. So that to save the money of the buyers, this rule was incorporated in that rules. Okay, moving forward, let us see the next news article. The victim has a legally vested right to be heard, says Supreme Court. Here Supreme Court says that any criminal trials shouldn't be done without the presence of any crime, any criminal. So the victims of crime shouldn't be sent out of the courtroom. They should be made participate in the discussion, especially right from the process of investigation and judicial trials and till the bail hearings. All through these steps, the criminals should participate. Who would be the victims? They should participate entire through these steps. Under this, the total independent and incomparable and the rights of victims should be made very much crucial. And also the Code of Criminal Procedure Amendment Act 2008 also mentions about some rights of the victims, and it recognizes various rights of victims at different stages of trial. Okay, these are all the points suggested by the Supreme Court to be implemented while conducting any trial to safeguard the rights of the victims. Okay, moving forward, let us see the next news article. Government proposes law to aid lessors repossess aircraft. It is nothing but regarding the aircraft equipments. The Ministry of Civil Aviation recently has proposed a new law. A new law is being proposed to make a new forms and a new rules regarding the aviation equipment. Okay, so that if any financial disputes has to be happened under this, such a law can act as a directory. Okay, under this, if you can see that it can be named as a Aircraft Objects Bill 2022. In this backdrop, we have a convention in the year 2001 that was nothing but the conference in Cape Town. It has a convention and it has given some rules, and those were adopted internationally and globally. But in India, we have such a code and Companies Act 2013 and other rules, but which are not compatible with this convention. Okay, these are all the background important points regarding this article. Moving forward, let us see the prelims facts of the day. It is nothing but about the Guru Tegh Bahadur. The 400th birth anniversary of Guru Tegh Bahadur is being celebrated. In this background, let us learn some facts about him. He is the 9th Sikh Guru. In commemoration of that celebration, a postage stamp and a coin is going to be issued. Okay, and if you can see any facts, he wrote Guru Granth Sahib. Okay, and also he stood up for the rights of Kashmir Pandits who approached against religious persecutions. But after that, as he supported them, the Mughal emperor of that time, the Aurangzeb, has hanged him publicly. We know that in our history, right? Moving forward, we have an MCQ for today. It is the MCQ. The fourth option here is all of the above. Okay, try to answer this question depending on our discussion today. This is the question here. Try to answer this question. We'll have the discussion of this question and the answer in tomorrow's session. Try to answer and put that answer in the comment section below. With this, we are ending our session for today. Let us meet in another interesting session tomorrow. Thank you.